importance of minding the governor's evacuation order. You know, it was 29 years ago almost that Hurricane Hugo came to town, and I had a bunch of small kids at the time, and I had my brother's kids too, and so we decided just at the last minute that we would evacuate, because up until the day before, all the projections said that the storm was going to Savannah and not to Charleston. And it just shows you how unpredictable these storms can be. And Florence is a dangerous storm. It's a dangerous storm. Category 4, it might even go to a 5. And now the unpredictability is bearing out, in that last night's new projections show it, after it hits near Wilmington, that it may come south, that it may well impact the entire state of South Carolina with copious amounts of rain. And that's our worst concern at this point, is the flooding and the rainfall that we might see this weekend. So I know a lot of folks have been watching the weather reports over the last few days and thinking, well, we might just dodge this bullet. Well, now's the time to make that decision to go ahead and get out of town. It's going to be a lousy weekend here, and it's going to be a good weekend to be somewhere else. The governor issued the evacuation order the other day, and it's time for us to take heed, follow the evacuation order, and get on out of town. So with that said, I'm going to call on my fellow mayor, Will Haney, from Mount Pleasant, to also share this message. Mayor Haney.
Appreciate it. Hey, Will Haney, Mayor of the town of Mount Pleasant. First thing I want to say is that this storm is 500 miles wide. It's a Category 4. It has winds like we have not seen since Hugo, Mayor. And as you noticed when you got up this morning, the one thing that you can count on is there's a lot of uncertainty about this storm. Our staff briefed me this morning and said the prediction this morning looks very different than it did for yesterday. So what I want to say to our citizens is that you have the power to introduce a degree of certainty to this situation, and that is by heeding the evacuation order. When you choose to leave and get out of its way, you have more control over your destiny than you do if you choose to stay here. And if you're worried about leaving your property behind, remember what our police chief said yesterday. If anyone wants to go through a neighborhood in Mount Pleasant looking for a house to rob, you will meet one of our police officers. We have more than doubled our patrols. Our police presence is very visible right now. So don't worry about your property. The other thing is, you can replace your property. We cannot replace you, and we do not want to lose any of our citizens. The town is at operating condition 2 right now. We will go to operating condition 1, which is our highest level of operation, tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. We have gone to 24-hour shifts. I want to say that our preparation from the start has been for a worst-case scenario, so this morning's new prediction did not change the level of preparation that we will do as a town. We are doing everything possible, but you as a citizen can only take care of yourself. So please secure your property, get your car filled up with gas, and get on the interstate and get out of this storm's way. We are operating out of our Emergency Operations Center, which was activated yesterday. We will be holding a press conference at 1 o'clock today in Mount Pleasant. I've invited other mayors and regional officials to join us there as well. And if you need shelter, you can get in a CARTA bus, and Mike Seekings will give more details about that. But in Mount Pleasant, if you need to use bus service to get to a shelter, go to a regular CARTA bus stop. And I want to reiterate again, please, please leave now. You can take control of your destiny by getting out of the way of this dangerous storm. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Mayor Haney. And I'll just reiterate that our public safety personnel, our essential personnel, City of Charleston, City of Mount Pleasant, all the partners regionally will be on guard. We're going to mind the store. So we're going to watch things. You don't have to worry about that while you get out of town. And so the safe thing to do is to follow the evacuation order. Now, just a couple of tidbits, if I may, of city business. Sandbags. There are 4 locations that we've been supplying. We have 3 loads of sand coming to each location today, and some more bags. But when those supplies run out, we'll be shutting down those operations, and we suspect that will happen by the end of the day today. Just over the last 2 days, we've helped our citizens fill over 37,000 sandbags at those 4 locations. So people are protecting their property, and that's a great thing. Trash, garbage collection. Our city crews are out today picking up as many cans as they can. Unfortunately, our contractor that services the area outside of the Mark Clark, West Ashley, and on Johns Island, their personnel, they went ahead and shut down with the evacuation order yesterday. So we have not been able to cover the areas that they would normally cover. So this is what I would ask our citizens in the city of Charleston. At the end of the day, if you're still here and your can hadn't been picked up, please roll it back, and we'll be back to you on Monday. That's just where we are with that. So next we're going to talk about transportation and sheltering. Keith Benjamin, our Director of Transportation, is going to share some information about bus stops, and then Chairman of CARTA and our City Council member Mike Seekings will follow with more information. Keith?
Good morning, everybody. We have been in touch with our SCDOT counterparts and just want to make it clear that the lane reversal process is still very much in effect. There have been no changes to that process, so for those who are trying to move through those particular corridors, please be mindful of that as you get to and fro. Just a couple of things in terms of evacuations. As we said in our previous press conference, the blue evacuation signs are all up and available. If you need to be evacuated and you're in West Ashley or in one of the islands, please use the public information number for the county, 843-746-3900. I'm going to allow Councilmember Seekings to bring more detail about CARTA, but specifically to the evacuation shuttle that's available on the peninsula. I just want to go through the stops just so that people are well informed about them. Meeting in Mary Street, Meeting Street in Johnson, Fishburne and Rutledge, King and Mount Pleasant, Calhoun and Alexander, Bufane and Market, Bridgeview Village Apartments, Dasher Street, Rutledge and Gordon, Rutledge and Cannon, Rutledge and Bennett, Broad Street and Logan, East Bay and Hazel, Morrison and Romney. So those are particular pickup locations. It's a specific route that's on the hour that's picking up folk, and Councilmember Seekings will give more detail. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Keith. Good morning, everybody. I'm Mike Seekings, Charleston City Council, and the chairman of CARTA. First, I want to thank the mayors that are here, our chiefs that are here, and everybody else who's working in this building behind us. Getting prepared for an event like this takes an enormous amount of hard work from some seriously dedicated employees, and I will tell you, behind those doors are people working very hard to make sure that the citizens of this community are safe, and that's no different at CARTA. Our mission is to make sure that we can move people to safety, and as Mayor Haney said, the one equation that you can put into this to take the uncertainty out is move yourself, and we are here to help that. So here's where we are with CARTA. Today, CARTA is operating our full schedule countywide until 9 o'clock. We are also running what we call our hurricane circulator buses, which are on the peninsula, which Mr. Benjamin just talked about with the 14 stops on the peninsula, also until 9 o'clock. Those are the blue signs that you see. My understanding is that the county is going to stop picking up at the blue signed evacuation spots at 6 o'clock, but if you live in an area where there is regular CARTA service and you need to be evacuated and you're not on the peninsula after 6 o'clock, get on a regularly scheduled CARTA bus and we will make sure you get to where you need to be and get staged to get to a shelter. So CARTA will be up and running until 9. If you get on after 6 and before 9, it is likely we will be directing people straight to the shelters and not via the county buildings. So after 9 o'clock, CARTA, like just about everything else around here, is going to cease operating. Our services will be suspended. We're going to see what happens going forward as to when we ramp back up again, particularly on the emergency routes. But the message is this. Right now, if you're riding a CARTA bus, do it to get to a place of safety, not to a place away from your home, away from where you're going. Use this resource to get away from the storm. There's going to be water at a minimum and probably a little bit more. So if you have any questions, go to ridecarta.com/Florence. Call the county hotline if you want to know where you are. We, officials of CARTA, will be riding the circulator buses today to help people move about. So any questions, go to ridecarta.com, get with the county. 9 o'clock is the cutoff, so please make preparations now. If you're going to use our services, to be on there well ahead of that. Thank you very much.
And then I just wanted to get a report for you from our public safety officials. We have with us today our Assistant Fire Chief Joey Roberts and Police Chief Luther Reynolds. Chief Roberts, would you like to give an update on our fire department efforts?
At this time, the Charleston Fire Department continues to prep for Hurricane Florence. At this time, we are in the process of requesting additional resources from the state of South Carolina to support us in this operation. We'll have additional personnel on staff tomorrow to support us with this operation. Our USAR teams are being fully activated starting tomorrow evening. So we are prepping and looking forward to hopefully a better outcome than what we saw this morning on the local weather channels. That's all we have for right now. Thank you.
Chief Reynolds.
We continue to work collaboratively with all of our partners in the Low Region. I've been on the phone this morning with Sheriff Cannon, with Chief Ritchie, with Chief Burgess, and with public safety. That includes fire rescue, police, emergency management. That includes federal, state, and local. The mayor has been in constant contact with the governor. We're going to continue to follow the governor's lead in terms of evacuation and the reversal of the interstate. We've been a big part of that. We actually have had a large number of officers assigned to that detail to work closely with the state. It's likely that we're going to get significant flooding and high winds, so it is extremely important, and I'll just emphasize what's already been said, that we all help with evacuations. We have time now to do that. Everybody's got good information. Everyone in public safety will have a lot easier job if everybody evacuates now. Life safety is the most important thing over property protection. We're already starting to talk about after landfall and what those operations look like in terms of rescue. The more people that are not in the city when that occurs, the safer not only they'll be, but the safer we will be, and the better more capable we'll be able to do those rescues. So we've been working with our vulnerable communities and with everybody in the Low Country region to make sure that we keep our communities safe. As the mayor mentioned earlier, Chief Ritchie I would have to concur, as I think every chief in the Low Country would, that we are out in mass, if you will. We have all of our officers in our entire department activated. They will continue to be activated until we're through this entire event. They will be present in the communities, protecting people's homes after they evacuate, keeping our communities safe, and we have a lot of work to do, and we, I think, are in a very good position as we point forward, but it's important that people evacuate and heed the warning of the governor, of the mayors, that we can get our cities evacuated quickly and now. Thank you.
So, the big picture. We've got a dangerous storm, unpredictable. We've got a strong community, Charleston strong. We are a resilient community. We're going to recover from whatever comes. We've learned to roll with the punches. We've seen 3 years in a row now with a hurricane coming our way. We know how to handle this. But the safest thing to protect human life is to evacuate now. Make plans to get out of town for the weekend, and we'll do whatever we can to encourage and to help folks make that decision. And we're going to stand ready. We're going to mind the store while you're gone, and we're going to recover well. This is a great community, and I'm going to open up for any questions that y'all may have. Yes, ma'am.
Actually, probably for Assistant Chief Roberts, if you could speak to how prepared the fire department is going to be for possible water rescues.
Yes, we're activating all of our USAR members, which are trained in water responses. We also have requested additional resources throughout the state of South Carolina to be on a standby here in Charleston. The biggest thing we want to enforce to the citizens of Charleston if you live in a low-lying area that has flooded in the past 3 years, now is the time to evacuate. Chances are, when the storm strikes and the winds get up, and if you're in need of rescue, chances are there will be no emergency services to come to rescue you. So now is the time to evacuate, because there again, for the last 3 years we've had major storms, and this may be worse than what we've seen before. So now is the time to evacuate, because there again, when we have this storm, the emergency services may not be there to respond.
Have you guys brought in any boats yet to assist?
We have boats on standby. We will have resources on hand when the storm, for the aftermath of the storm, and those resources should be on hand by tomorrow afternoon.
At what point will the department decide, hey, it's too dangerous for even us to go out?
There again, we monitor the weather, we monitor the wind, and that is usually based off of the winds when we curtail our responses.
And regarding drainage, flooding is our primary concern about the upcoming weekend. We think there could be a real inundation of rain, not just in Charleston, but in the whole state of South Carolina. Locally, we've taken as best measures as we can. We've put portable pumps in place in certain locations. We drained the levels of Colonial Lake and Lake Dotterer, West Ashley. We've had all our vacuum trucks and personnel out all week cleaning every ditch and drainage feature that we possibly could to try to get the water to flow as best as it can, no matter how much comes.
For those saying that Matthew didn't amount to what it should have been and Irma didn't amount to what it should have been for us in South Carolina, what would you say to them for those who are not evacuating because, again, they don't think it's going to amount to what it could be?
Right. Batten down your hatches and be safe. But if you're in a flooding area like Chief Roberts just said, you really should get out. You really should get out.
Do you have any idea on shelter numbers? I know they're a last resort, so it could be a little too early, but do you know any about the shelter numbers? How many people have evacuated?
Last night I heard there were only a little over 200 folks residing in the shelter that was available. There's much more capacity. I did hear that you need to bring supplies and even a sleeping bag and a cot if you happen to have those. So apparently they don't. It's not the Hotel Ritz. You got to bring some supplies with you. So keep that in mind if you're planning on sheltering. Well, thank you all for being with us and helping us get this message out. Anything else, Mayor? Anyone? Nope. Thank you very much. God bless.
Charleston Mayor John Tecklenburg sounding the warning to heed the orders from the governor and evacuate now because Hurricane Florence is making its approach to the Carolinas.